just hanging like the weekend. 600
What's up, y'all?
racks
It's your boy
and
TJ with Street Therapy 215, man. And y'all see what's going on today, man. Today's sponsored by Erratic Stitch, man. Make sure y'all go on Instagram, man. Type in Erratic Stitch or go to page with an I. DM them now, man. This is a custom suit by Erratic Stitch. Right here with the gray, with the red coming out, man. So make sure y'all tap in. This episode is sponsored once again by Erratic Stitch, man. Make sure y'all tap in, man. Y'all see what's going on, man. Today is a special episode, man. And this one right here, we're going to drop some gems, y'all. So make sure y'all like, comment, share, subscribe, and stay woke. Let's get into it, man. So please, for the people who don't know who you are, and for the people that do know who you are, give us an introduction, man.
First of all, I appreciate you having me.
Of course, brother. Thank you.
After that, I go by my name, my given name. My name is Kenneth Thompson. I'm born and raised in the Strawberry Mansion section of North Philadelphia. Previous name was Ken Rock. I got a history I'm pretty sure we're going to dive into right now. At this current state of my life, my name is Kenneth Thompson. I serve as the Deputy Chief of Staff for Councilwoman Cindy Bass, who is a councilwoman for the 8th Councilmember District in Philadelphia, which stems from North Philadelphia up through Nicetown, Tioga, parts of Germantown, the entire Germantown, parts of Mount Airy, and all the way up to Chestnut Hill. But we're going to most likely dig into how I got in this space.
Facts, man. And that's definitely going to lead us right into the next question, man. How was it for you growing up, man, in the streets of Philadelphia, man? You said you're from Strawberry Mansion section. So a lot of people that's viewing, we know about that section. We know that's a rough section. So, and then before you became Kenneth Thompson, man, take us to where you was. Am I pronouncing that right?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Well, I would say, first and foremost, I was Kenneth Thompson before anything else, right? So I had to, go through my full circle to get back to me. Right. You know what I mean? That's the whole gist of how I could categorize myself. I had to go through my spaces. Growing up, pretty much, I grew up on my mom from 29th and Lehigh, my father from 32nd and Cumberland. So the entire Strawberry Mansion is a section that I'm 43 right now. I can remember what the alleyways look like. Right. You know what I'm saying? So I actually grew up in those alleyways, played on those roofs, jumped on the back of those buses, you know what I mean? Right. Through those rocks, and to the point where I almost died on those blocks. Yeah. So growing up was, regular, had friends, went to Ethel Island, went to Rhodes. At the age of 15, things changed for me.
Why so?
Pretty much, my older brother got killed on the corner of 31st and Cumberland. 1997, October the 10th, Friday night. Remember like it was yesterday. Being 15 years old, and 2 years before that, my grandfather getting killed in 95. At that time, being 15.
Both due to gun violence, right?
Yeah, both due to gun violence, getting shot and killed. I just, took a turn left. Like pretty much now me being able to understand myself, understand how emotions work, understand how emotional needs operate, all these things that we could pretty much get into if you want. I dove into a space that I thought that was the only space for me to dive into, which was the streets. At 15. Started stealing cars, started popping pills, started carrying guns, started getting a dream. I wound up going to Glen Mills. Yeah. When I was 17, came home. I had my son, Maj, while I was in Glen Mills. Right. I had him impregnated his mom on a home pass, came home, tried to do the right thing for a minute, but got caught back up. Started getting in the streets, to the highest level that I could possibly get into it.
So at that time, right? So that's probably like 15 up until maybe 19. 19, in and out, right? What was it? Because I feel like for me, I was chasing something. I was chasing something that I just couldn't. So what was it for you? Because it's two different times. You back then, you like 90s, early 90s, probably late 80s. What wasn't? Yeah. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. And then I'm like 2019, 2018. So it's still the same boil of temptation when it comes to the streets. So what was it for you? Yeah. So like a little bit of like textbook, right? What you got like Maslow's. You got like a Maslow's hierarchy of needs, right? You got physical needs, which is like shelter, water, food, things of that nature. You also got emotional needs, right? Every last one of us got emotional needs. Some of us have a need to be included. Some of us has a need to be esteemed. Some of us had a need to be protected. Some of us has a need to be loved. However, we may not know what those needs are
until those needs are no longer being fulfilled. Like right now, we both need air to breathe, but we ain't thinking about it because it's here.
Right.
But if the air start leaving this room and not coming in, our body's gonna do whatever we can to get some oxygen.
Right.
Right. So when my brother got killed, what I understand now is he fulfilled a lot of those needs that I didn't know that I had needed until he left. I need to be protected. I always had an older brother. Situations going to North Philly, I could always talk what I wanted to talk, fight who I wanted to fight, because I knew I had an older brother that was going to have my back. Yeah. You understand what I'm saying? I had a need to be included. My older brother rode bikes, four-wheelers, stuff like that. We getting money, you know what I mean? I was always included to where it was cool. When my older brother was there, he was super thorough. Right. You know what I mean? To me, thirdest person I ever met in my life, right? Yeah. So if he on the corner, I know I could go on the corner and chill with him. If he riding around Cherokee, I know I can get in the Cherokee with him. Right. He get pellies, I know I could wear his pelly. Right. I know I could jump in the Sergio Tech. You understand what I'm saying? So when he got killed, I woke up the next morning, I no longer had something that I had my entire life. Right. And unbeknownst to me, I did whatever I can to chase that feeling. And some things look like it or feel like it may give you that feeling, but only may give it to you temporarily. You feel what I'm saying? Right. So I'm thinking like, my man, this is familiar. This is a familiar love. You know what I mean? However, as time went on, I had to learn, and I didn't learn this until I was a grown man, that I would never find another older brother. But unbeknownst to me, I was running around bumping my head, doing any and everything that I possibly could, looking for that feeling of him. You know what I'm saying? Right, looking for that sense of brotherhood. Yeah, so we never know what we chasing until we do that, dissect that and say, all right, what's the reason why I'm making this dramatic change? What am I looking for? Is it a need to be included? It might be. We creatures of connectivity. You know what I mean? We dap each other up, give each other hugs, like whatever the case may be. So we might be looking for like just to be a part of something. Facts. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah. And to us, what's around us to be a part of, it's really no good for us. Because
it's our environment.
It's our environment.
So we adapt into what's in that environment. Yeah. Kind of like how you said, like, you knew if your brother had it, you had it. You get what I'm saying? So it's like if it's outside, it's right there at us. Yeah. So we gonna go to it too, you know? Yeah. I would also too, like, not to hold it, but I would also too, to like Jay-Z once said, he said, of course my brother hustles, so naturally up next was me. Right. Like that bar always hit me because my brother, like, it was like, all right, my brother dead. I gotta fill his shoes. Yeah. I gotta be a strong representation of who my brother was. And not even to mention the fact that he had got killed, it was going down. He was, you know what I mean? It was like, it was a lot for me. 15, I wasn't no person that just came out like, oh, I'm killing. Like that ain't me. I ain't a natural. Did you feel like that you had to keep up your brother's rep? Like I gotta put on for whatever you felt like he must have left behind. It wasn't that I had to put up on his rep. I just had to represent him well. Right. I didn't have to like be him. But you know what I mean. To some, I was always Bill's little brother. Yeah. You know what I'm saying. So at the end of the day, to this day. Yeah. Like, how do I represent that space of representing my brother? Like, even to his kid, how do I represent that space of being an uncle to his son that he left behind? And I'm glad you broke it down like that, because a lot of us get caught up sometimes saying that exact quote, like, yo, I'm gonna be just like my brother, I'm gonna be just like my pop, from when it comes to like in the past tense when they passed away or they got murdered. You get what I'm saying? We get caught up in thinking like we have to rep them by being just like them or following in their footsteps. So for you to break it down was like, no, it's not me being like them, but I knew I had to represent. Yeah. You know, I'm glad that you was able to dive into it like that. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. That's the reality of it. All the stuff I've been through, like, that was the catalyst. Like, that night was the night that changed my life forever. You feel what I'm saying? But that's the reality. That's how I took my dive. Yeah, for sure. So with that being said, man, experiences. Yeah. You had the must to learn a lot going through that. So what are some like takeaways you just learned? For going through the incarceration part, or just before we get to like, we know incarceration come with it, but just being in the streets, just learning your surroundings, just understanding like, all right, niggas move this way, all right, it's like this over here. So what are some experiences that you learned from the streets? It's so wild about experiences, because I'm big on experiences now, right? Yeah. I'm big on like understanding that everything I am today is because I learned it years ago, right?
And a lot of experiences, for instance, a lot of experiences I got from my dad before I even went to the streets, right?
Right.
So my dad, you know, he had stores, he had houses. Me and my brother used to work with these houses. I can remember like going in like a house bare to the bones, and my dad like, look, we're gonna put a bathroom over here, we're gonna put this over there, this over there.
Right.
The house ain't got no roof or nothing.
Yeah.
But he so, and then maybe 8-9 months later, the house up. What that did for me, it gave me a vision. It gave me a belief system. So even when I went to the streets, I might be sitting on the block and they might be doing nothing. They might be doing $20, $30 a day.
Right.
I know, like in my head, like, yo, we gonna get this joint popping. We gonna get this joint to do 10 grand a day or whatever.
Right.
All it takes is hard work. You know what I mean? And then
visionary.
A visionary. I got that from my father. You feel what I'm saying? So it's like, yo, I know what hard work do. Hard work make things happen. And any space that you win. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
So I took that mindset to the streets, and you know, things happen, you know, as I visioned them to happen. At the same time, you know, things happen as I didn't envision them to happen. You know what I mean? You think that everybody that you come across is rooting for your success, you know what I mean? And some might be silently rooting for your death.
All right, sorry about that.
Sure.
That's another interview. He's making sure it was on point. All right, just make sure you cut that. All right. So you said learning your experiences, and you was always a visionary, right? So that means that I feel like you was always one of those ones that, because when people do see us in those positions, they think that's all we know, right? We think that's the only thing we on. So you was one of them ones that seen further than just the block, further than just the trap, they say. Yeah,
so for instance, like my dad had stores. We used to grow up in stores. So one thing my dad used to always have us do is like take inventory. So I always took inventory. I know we gotta count everything we got.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? Everything we got gotta get counted, and we gotta figure out, because we always gotta buy more.
Right.
Right. I learned this from counting peanut chews. You dig what I'm saying? Or you know what I mean? How to treat people when they walk in the store.
Right.
You know what I mean? Everybody gets a hello.
Yeah.
Everybody gets spoken to. Everybody get a goodbye. Yeah. All this stuff is from the store. So when I go to the streets, it's like it's the same mannerism.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? It don't matter who you are or what you look like or whatever. You're supposed to be treated as. I'm gonna treat you as a person that you're a customer. Right. Customers is always right. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah. Even on the block. You dig what I'm saying? Everything has to get counted. Facts. Everything has to get flipped. Yeah. I can't. You know what I mean? Everybody going down to the bottom of the block gambling. You know that ain't what I'm on.
Yo, you making a good point to one of the like something that I try to push out to the community when I hosted groups and stuff like that. I always say this, and people can vouch too. I always say that the corporate world is just like the trap. It's just like the hustle. It's just like the streets. Like when you make that turn, like if you counting peanut chews, or if you selling t-shirts, or if you selling, you get what I'm saying? Yeah. Like the corporate world is the same type of hustle. It just goes back to your first instance where you said, yo, you gotta work hard. Hard work pays off. Like it all shows no matter what you picking up. You know what I'm saying?
Sure, yeah.
Facts.
Yeah, it's just sad, like that, you know, we exhort these skills that we have in such a negative space of drug dealing. Like me, I sold drugs. But at the same time, it's nothing proud of me of the fact that I sold it. Right. Not just because I got caught, but just to understand that I was selling poison and determining, you know what I mean, like deterring the same areas that my, you know, like ancestors helped build up. Then we tear it down because we feel like, you know, this is our route to success. Yeah. But you know, so in no way, for shape or fashion, as I'm like I just clarified, and I don't think I am, but in no way, shape or fashion, I'm saying like, I was a hell of a drug dealer. Right. You know what I mean? Yeah, I was just a hell of a person. And I was in the mix of a negative thing, doing something, thinking that that was my route to life. You know what I'm saying?
So you mentioned that you had a father. So fatherhood is important to us. Yeah. So how was that like growing up, you know, having a father? Because most people, even, you know, we get judged a lot. You know what I'm saying? Being in the streets, having tattoos, whatever. So we might think, like, you ain't got no pop. So how was that, you know, being able to say, like, you know, I did have an example of a father figure? Yeah. So I had talked about it before. I think, like, growing up in Strawberry Mansion, having a father, and I had a father I had a hard father. Yeah, he was strict. I mean? Yeah, I had a strict father that was raised by his father. You know what I'm saying? So, like, the emotional Jones, that wasn't really there. Yeah. However,
But I talked about it before. I had a father, but the majority of my homies didn't.
Yeah.
And then having a father in an area where a lot of fathers are not around, it starts to come like what you call that joint like a guilt. Like a silent guilt.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
You start to feel bad because you got
yeah,
pop.
Yeah, you feel bad because you got a pop,
right.
Your man ain't got a pop. Or your dad gonna get you and you come back, your man's still there, he ain't got his dad.
Yeah.
Things of that like that. So it's not being ashamed of having a father, but it's just like proving that just because I got a father don't mean that I won't go rumble you like he will rumble you.
Right.
Or whatever the case may be. So it's a very weird dynamic of having a dad in an area where dads are not that prevalent. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's what's up, man. I'm glad you broke it down like that because you know what I'm saying. Even speaking on that silent guilt, because you never know how the other person is handling it. You get what I'm saying? And it is something too. Like in the neighborhoods, it's like if you do got a pop, like it's like you know what I'm saying? It's like nigga, if you got a pop, say you got a pop. You know what I'm saying? So I'm glad you was able to break it down like that. So now, what leads you up to entering prison? How you down on your spiral, you in and out of the juvenile systems, you ripping and running in the streets. How do we get there?
So when I was in the streets, like I used to rap and all that too, right? So I used to know a lot of people around the city or whatever. Yeah. So when I used to hustle, I used to like getting work was never hard for me. You know what I'm saying? I used to get work. You dig what I'm saying? So it was never hard for me because I knew a lot of people. But I had got hit up. I got hit up twice in 05 and 06. No, 04 and 05. Yeah. And I remember getting hit up in 05, the last time. I got hit 4 times or whatever. I went to the hospital, left the hospital, got locked up a day after I left the hospital. Some guns. I wound up beating the guns, getting absconded, and sitting for like 8 months, coming home for 8 months. And when I came home from 8 months, it was just like a different level of, street activity that I was involved with. Yeah. So in 06, I got indicted. I got indicted for 61 kilograms, $106,000 in cash, and some handguns. Yeah. I got indicted by the feds. I went to trial with the feds. And I got indicted in 06. I went to trial with the feds in January 06. January 07. January 08. I went to trial in January 08. I blew trial, but I beat 2 charges. Yeah. I wound up getting 20 years in federal prison, mandatory minimum of 20 years. I was 24 years old. Yeah. I had 20 years,
Yeah. So before we get into that, you said you got shot. So was you dealing with hate and anger and beef and stuff in the streets during that time versus, and what's the difference from handling conflict during that time versus the handling conflict during now that you see?
All right, so just think, when I got hit up 5. Like when you hear about Strawberry Mansion, like a lot of that Strawberry Mansion era, like that really like took it off was maybe like 99 to say 05. Like that was like a real dangerous time to live in that area. Right. You know what I'm saying? And I was around. Yeah, I was around within that dangerous time. Like I shot twice within those years. Yeah. I shot within those years. You feel what I'm saying? So it was a lot going on. A lot of the guys I grew up with, you know what I mean, is doing life. Like, guys that, I went to middle school with, elementary school with. So it was a lot going on. But I would say my thoughts at that time was I was not going to be alive past the age of 25. Like it wasn't a thought. It was never like, I done been to so many funerals, like to the point where I remember going to funerals and like seeing myself in the casket. Like literally. Yeah. Looking at round funerals, like, damn, I wonder who all gonna be at mine. Yeah. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. Like these was like real thought. This was like I was like a walking dead man. You know what I'm saying?
Numb to it all.
So yeah, I was numb to it all. Like not just my brother, my grandfather, my cousin, first cousin dead. One of my best friends dead, got killed by another one. Like it was just rapid fire. You know what I mean? Homie, somebody died I went to school with. Damn, that's crazy. Whatever the case may be, every day is a different person that got killed to the point where I know I was in situations that can get me killed. Period. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So my mindset wasn't like, I'm going to be alive till I'm 70. You know what I mean? No, it was like, most likely I'm going to die right here. Most likely.
Yeah.
So that was my mindset. And then it was to the point where if I know I'm going to die right here, it was at the tip, well, I got to be willing to kill right here too. Right? If I know that I can get killed right here,
because that's what
then I have to be ready to kill right here. That's just where my mindset was at. Yeah. So when I had got locked up, it was just like, it kind of was like a relief. Honestly. Not like a relief like, oh, I made it. It was more so like, all right, now, because I know you either get killed or you spend the rest of your life in jail.
Facts.
You feel what I'm saying? Like, these are the routes. So it was like, all right, I didn't get killed. So most likely, all right, I'm indicted for this. I got like, you know, my name ring or whatever the case may be. All right, I'm just going to be one of the ones that spend life in jail. But regardless, I'm going to go down as a legend. You know what I mean?
Right.
And that's what we chasing.
Yeah.
At 19, 18, 17 years old,
Facts.
you just chasing to be a hood legend at the time right now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That shit like, that shit all be all, because it ain't really nothing else to live for.
Right. Damn, man. I'm just glad you were able to break it down like this, man, especially for the viewers that's watching, that's in these mindsets right now, and that's, you know, that's living this right now. You get what I'm saying? That it's a way out. It's an ending to it. Besides death or jail, because now we're going to get into it. You know, you survived the streets. That's one. You survived prison. Not only did you survive prison, but you survived the feds. Yeah. And then you survived the feds like back in the day where like we was scared of the feds. You get what I'm saying? It was like, damn, we going to the feds. Like, that's a big deal. You get what I'm saying? So you took a big rumble, and then you did 20, you said. On
my 20, I got out in 16. Good time, drug program.
Man, that's... You rounded off, that's a dub.
It's a dub.
You get what I'm saying?
It's a dub because, honestly, like when you get indicted or you get found guilty, the number you get hit with is the number you living with.
Right.
So, like, I mean, the 16 is a dub. But 4 is 4, whatever. I did a lot in 4 years. I haven't even been home for 4 years.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? So, yeah, it's a blessing.
All right, so being in there, you know, how was you able to, you know, maintain and still, you know, be able to keep a connection to the outside world, keep a positive mind, you know, even write your goals down and stick to what you feel like you know is best or what you feel like you know is right?
Yeah. I feel like when I first got in John, I was like, I didn't know what I was going to do with my life. You feel what I'm saying? I knew that all I kept saying was the age 40. Right. I was 24. I'm like, all right, 40. 24 to 40, like when you 24 or 40, that joint feel like 90. You nigga what I'm saying? Right. But it was like, all right, cool. I had my sons, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm like, all right, I'm running around crashing out, doing all type of stuff, whatever the case may be. But what really I feel like I owe to this moment, when I went to FCI Raybrook for my first prison. It's like 9 hours away, 15 minutes from Canada, upstate New York. I was the youngest out of all the young guys that was there. I had the most time, so I spent a lot of time in the law library with like the old heads that was fighting the case. And my cellie
all the time, man. Them old heads kept me out the way too, man.
Yeah, he said my cellie got me a job at the library. Like, yo, you might as well just work at the library. You know what I mean? So you can always be there, whatever the case may be. So I wound up working at the library from 12 to 8. And by me being at the library every day from 12 to 8, I just missed all the bullshit. Like everybody on the yard doing this and the third, I was always at the library.
Staying out the way.
Yeah, I was always out the way, but I was there with the old heads, fighting their case, soaking up all the information from the old heads, just learning how to be a man, really, inside of prison from them. And then...
So you feel like you that's where you grew up at?
Oh, for sure.
For sure.
Yeah, without a doubt. Yeah. I learned how to be a man inside of prison.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I went into prison as a boy, mentality, physically, mentally, emotionally.
I feel the same way. I feel like prison taught me how to be a man too. Especially like I said, like I gravitated towards the older guys when I could have, because I went up at 19, so I could have went with the younger crowd, and you know what I'm saying? But I gravitated toward the older guys, and I feel like that's what made me grow up as well, because, you know, they sit here just like this, and they talk.
Yeah.
They're watching the news in the day room early in the morning. They got a steady routine no matter what, because that's just, you know what I mean? It's just what it is.
Yeah,
so,
rock in the river.
Right, so being being a Sully like that, like it's just me and you, or it's just four of us or whatever, and you take after those same kind of patterns, just, you know, because we creatures of our habitat, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So you waking up at 4 now, I'm waking up at 4, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. I'm praying, I'm out there, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Just because it's, you know, we making our bed, you know what I'm saying? So this my bed, this what we do. We wake up, we hit the news, so what I'm saying? So I feel like, you know, shout out to a lot of the older guys that, you know, took after you and took after me just off, you know, GPs of whatever they might have seen in us, because, you know, that saved us, kept us out the way of a lot of drama, because, you know, a lot of people think like, all right, you go to jail, you out the way or nothing going on, but, man, it get real as it get on the street in them Jones, and sometimes even worse, because it's damn near like, you know what I mean? It's bare hands, or it's the scraps of whatever you can get. So it could be a lot worse than what it is on the streets, because it got to get personal than what it is, you know? So that's definitely a good job. I'm glad we was able to, you know, break that down. So you made it out, coming home. Yeah. What was the process of coming home? And do the feds, do they have to see like parole? Is it just home plans and stuff the same way that it is being released from upstate?
So I got released from, I was in the feds, I was all around the country. Mm-hmm. I got released in Yazoo City, Mississippi. That's where I was at my last 3 years. Oh man, coming home was crazy. To me, coming home, I was just so anxious to, like, you know, shoot my shot at life. Mm-hmm. So I had my plans. I still got my plans. Thanks. I got books of plans, books of plans, right? But my main plan, like, if I narrow it all now, was just like, just return back to Philadelphia and leave a positive impact in every space that I hit, right? Mm-hmm. That was my main goal, and I knew that as long as I keep my goal that, then all good things gonna happen, right? Mm-hmm. As long as I go into every situation knowing that I'm here to, like, just give good energy and good vibes to this space, and hopefully let my talent and whatever I got make it better than I found it. Thanks. Right? And I've realized I can do that wherever I'm at, because after a while I started doing it at every jail I was at or every space. Mm-hmm. I start like, all right, cool, I know I could do this. So I came home February 22nd, 2022. 10 years supervised release. Still on supervised release, which is like, in the feds is supervised release, state is parole, right, whatever the case may be. Went to the halfway house, Kentop, Erie Avenue. I wound up having to do, I think, 4 months in the halfway house. Mm-hmm. Got a little job, $9 hour job. It was my first job. Right around the corner, warehouse, Baker Industries. I did that for like a month. Then I went from Baker Industries to the temp agency, making like $13 an hour out King of Pressure. Like mopping floors and all that at the cookie factory out King of Pressure. Went from there, went to Target, warehouse. At Target warehouse, I became a trainer in 6 weeks. I was going to school, taking classes, went to the University of Denver, got a certification in frontline leadership and management. I wound up taking the test, wound up taking the interview. I wound up becoming a human resource specialist at Target Sortation Center. In 5 months, this was like 7 months after I returned home. Wow. I had a cubicle in a warehouse at Target. They would help people get jobs and all that.
And nothing stopped you, your background, nothing like what?
No, it actually benefited me. So when I went to Target with an ankle monitor on. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? I remember clear as day. Like, that was my first good job. Like, right. You know what I'm saying? Like, I had a 13-hour job, nut joint, $9 hour job, nut joint. But when I got the Target joint, it's crazy because I had a Walmart and the Target joint at the same time. That's and I was going to take the Walmart. No, I ain't had it. I got accepted. Like,
yeah. I'm Walmart. Saying that's what's up that you got accepted, because you know you know the type of work I do. So sometimes I interview these guys and that's the first thing they say.
It ain't over though.
All right, go ahead.
Give it to you. Because I missed a lot of ops. Don't get it wrong. Right. Like, I went to jobs before they tell me I missed the physical. Right. I felt the physical. Like, I had failures after failures after failures. Don't get me wrong on that. Like, I had dead ends, all that. I just kept it pushing.
Kept it going.
But when I went the Walmart joint, I was going to take the Walmart joint because I liked it to shift. It was sweet. Over the Target. Right before I was going the Target interview, the Target orientation, Walmart hit me back and told me they took it all.
Damn.
My background ain't clear. Boom. So my background ain't clear.
Okay.
So I wound up going to Target. That was all blessings.
Yeah.
Cause sometimes in life we think we know what we want, but what we want is no good for us.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala put you on the path if you favor, inshallah, and throw you right where you're supposed to be.
Exactly.
Bang. For me, it was Target.
Yeah.
Right? I went to Target with an ankle monitor on. The metal detector's in that joint. Never cut on. Every day I'm bitching. Hoping that the metal detector don't cut on.
Right.
Bang. I'm there for like 3 weeks. Boop. I'm off of house arrest. Boom.
Yeah,
the thing about Target is it's a warehouse.
Yeah.
You were locked in that joint 10 hours a day. That's my setting.
Right.
Concrete floors, concrete walls.
Yeah.
We in this joint secluded, same people every day. I move around this like nothing.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? I can move around this the happiest person here. I am.
Yeah.
I am the happiest person here.
As you should be.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, for
I'm the happiest person here. You feel what I'm saying? And like I said,
it's keeping you pushing.
I know how to greet people. I know how to treat people well. Like that's my.
You already know how to operate in the world.
I already know how to operate.
Yeah.
And that wasn't the world. That was inclusion. That was trapped in.
Yeah.
People was in there bitching.
Yeah.
Oh, ready to go. Not me.
I'm
working, right? Moving around. Woo, woo. So they gave me training, 6 weeks.
Yeah.
I'm a trainer. Boom. Then like I just, I know how to move. I mean, to the best of my ability. You dig me? I took the joint, got human resource specialist, 5 months. Now by now they knew I was booked.
Right.
I'm gonna tell a lot of people I was locked up because I understand what I represent. Again, I represent anybody who ever been incarcerated.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? So I'm gonna do my best to represent you in a good space because I know that you might be coming home and you need a gig at Target.
Right. So,
I was in that joint drawing and like, I don't know, but they might be trying to strike gold. Oh, we might could get another Kenneth Thompson.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying?
Because
that's what I represent. I represent people that look like me, talk like me, and walk like me. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Everywhere I go.
You big on how you carry yourself and represent yourself for the next person.
Yeah. You got to be. Because going back to prison, I had to rumble and I had to do things on my own.
Right.
However, I was from Philly. So you had old heads that carried it for Philly. Yeah. 20, 30 years before I even thought about prison. So you had people, we all got people that carry, no matter what city you from and what area you from, even in the city, they might be like, oh, you from this block. Somebody carried it for you already. Right. So you ain't got to know how to rumble. You from Philly. Yeah. People think you know how to rumble.
Already.
You feel what I'm saying? So you could just screw your face up and act like you know how to rumble.
Yeah, no,
you feel what I'm saying? Because somebody already paved the way for you.
Yeah.
So it's about like paying it forward. Somebody paved the way for you. It's your responsibility to pave the way for the next.
Facts.
You know what I mean? As a man. Yeah. Because you represent more than yourself. So that's any space I'm in now, it's the same way. I'm going to let people know. Oh, man, you going to do a hell of a job. Yeah, you know I did 16 years in prison. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. Because it's about changing the narrative. But anyway.
Definitely about changing the narrative.
Yeah, it's about changing the narrative. So it's like, I always look at it. Malcolm X did 10 years in prison.
Yeah.
12 years, I believe. You know what I mean? Malcolm X, person that he died 50-something years ago.
People don't even know that.
What? Yeah. With the Detroit Red. You understand what I'm saying? So it's like, prison is like, it's a couple chapters.
Yeah.
If you make it that. Or you can make it your book.
Facts.
If you want. You can make it a couple chapters. You know what I mean?
Damn, I like how you broke that down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can make it your book or it could be a couple chapters.
No, I'm taking that. I like that.
Yeah, for a rap.
Yeah.
Like, at one point, it was my whole life.
Yeah. Yep.
You know what I'm saying? When I came home, I wanted to, like, when I was booked, I remember I used to be like, yo, I'm going to write a book. I'm a boy to a man, my 13 years in federal prison, my 16 years in federal prison.
Yeah.
That was like my book title. Now, what? Never that. My book wouldn't be centered on prison. Prison would be a part of it.
Right, because you ain't even done yet. Right.
You understand what I'm saying? So I'm just saying that to say, like, but the Target joint, who I was moving and grooving, doing my thing, whatever. And I had went up for this promotion to go to Chicago. And then once my joint hit the network, they pushed back on it. Yeah. They put me back on the floor, said they was going to train me to be something else. Worst come to worst, I wasn't feeling it. I wound up leaving Target. I started working at Career Link.
Right.
Like, to me, that was something. Like, me working at Career Link.
That is something.
You feel what I'm saying? So I'm working at Career Link, going down JFK.
Every step closer.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Wearing a little shirt, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Helping people coming home from prison. That was my job. I was a reentry coordinator. I was a reentry workforce connector.
Okay.
Home from prison, boom, I'm showing you how to do your resume, help you get a gig, stuff like that. That was my job. Hitting the streets, doing things on the streets, doing the organization, just giving back to my community the best way. At this time, it was health and wellness. We was doing community workouts, doing little youth circles with the young boys, stuff like that. And it was gaining a lot of traction. And then I got a call from Councilmember Cindy Bass' office, and they was pretty much calling me in for an interview. Yeah. Did the interview, got the gig. I was doing constituent services, just answering the phone for people. Like right now, it'd be snow. Right. Oh, they moved the snow. Yeah. All right,
Okay, yeah, I see them out there moving right now, too, man.
That would have been the whole job.
Yeah.
I wound up getting promoted from that to, I wound up getting promoted from constituent service rep to alternative violence strategist. Yeah. Wound up getting promoted from alternative violence strategist to director of programs and community outreach.
Yeah. Now, how did you get promoted? Just staying dedicated, word to mouth, people outside looking in, seeing like how you moving?
I would say this is my thing now, right? Like, this is my thing. Like, my goal is to help as many young boys and many people come home from prison to get as many jobs as I could possibly help, right? Not saying it's always a thing. I might hear something, call somebody, whatever the case may be, help you get an interview or get a join in. It ain't like I got the gold ticket, hire my man. You know what I mean? Right. I don't have that. But it do be a lot of low situations coming across, right? As well as my goal is to inspire, like, dudes that came home that got jobs to professionalize yourself within that job.
Facts.
Right? Because what we consider to be is non-traditional workers, right? Yeah. Because we didn't learn how to work in workplace settings. Yeah. Like I said, I learned my skill set from the streets. I learned my skill set from being 7, 8 years old working behind the counter in the store. I learned my skill set from being in Yazoo, Mississippi. Yeah. Having to be one of 3 people from Philly in that joint. Right. And being able to maneuver around that joint, become the president of RDAT. You feel what I'm saying?
Conduct myself in those surroundings environments. Right? Yeah.
So it's a non-traditional way of working in a traditional space. Right, I might not be the sharpest on the email. I ain't grew up with an email. You feel me? But I had to professionalize myself, so I have to learn how to use the email. You feel what I'm saying? Facts. So if I'm in this space, it's cool to be in there. It was cool to be a constituent service rep with a badge to City Hall, making whatever I was making. Yeah, it was cool. Yeah. But I'm saying other people get promoted around me. Oh, I can get that too.
I gotta learn that
and just because they got a master's degree, what they do better than me? Write an email. Oh. I gotta learn how to write an email. Right. YouTube, ChatGPT. I need to put the play together.
So with that being said, don't get discouraged. I feel like that's what it was. Don't get discouraged when you get into these places and you see somebody doing something that you never did or you feel like you can't do. It's like, just get on it. Yeah. Learn it. Find the loophole. Get around it and put your own spin on it and push it the same way.
Same way. I feel like being in the streets, if you from the streets and you made the transition to a job, right? You didn't know the streets before you had to learn the streets.
Facts.
If you ever bag work up, you had to learn how to bag work up.
Exactly.
Like you had to learn how to mess work up. You had to learn, you had to lose, you had to go through what you had to, but you was determined to be this, whatever it is you wanted to be. If you in this workspace and you want, say you in a work joint and you driving a truck, all right, you driving a trash truck. Cool, a lot of people is, right? But you could say, all right, boom, I want to be a site manager. All right, what do it take to be a site manager? I might got to take this civil test. Right. Study for the test. Like, you could take it. Like, at the end of the day, like, it's a difference between non-traditional and traditional. And that's my joint right now, is to try to professionalize us. Right. Because at the end of the day, if we don't professionalize us, we only going to get used to make other people professionals. Facts. We only going to get used to get other people promoted. Because we're going to work hard. Yeah. I'm gonna come in Target, work my ass off. Right. You feel what I'm saying? But if I'm never thinking, oh, I'm gonna take this class for frontline leadership and management and go for human resource, then I'm just gonna be pushing the cart for the next 10 years.
Right. People ain't thinking like that, man. Damn. And we definitely got to start thinking like that because that's how we'll get ahead. Yeah. That's how we'll be able to start taking advantage of certain situations, opportunities, rooms.
And open the door for others.
Yup.
I can't open the door for another truck driver if all I'm doing is driving the truck.
Right.
I need to move out the driver's seat so I can say, all right, look, yo, boy, then you get in there, John, and this how you get to this, John, because it's another level to get to.
Facts.
But we got to move ahead. We don't have to, but it's a possibility for us to do so.
Facts.
You know what I mean?
So after coming home, man, what are some things that was like just different, man? We know those blocks was looking different. Like, what are some more things that was just different for you?
I think the difference is, I don't know if I'm different or the world different or whatever. Like, I'm gonna keep it real. I think what's different is the definition of real.
Facts.
You know what I mean? Like the definition of real, the definition of thorough, who is and who isn't. Right. You know what I mean? To me, it's very, very different. And to the point what seems to be thorough is not me.
Right.
So at the end of the day, I just take the card that maybe I'm not thorough. Yeah. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
But whatever that is, I'm just not that.
Yeah.
And it's that right there is the most different to me because when I was out here before, to me, the thorough was different.
Yeah.
The thorough was a person that looked out, not hate on no young boy. The thorough was somebody who like, yo, look, put this play together. I'm telling you, this gonna work.
Right.
That was thorough. Like a thorough wasn't like arguing. You know what I mean? Like dudes is arguing on these joints.
Yeah.
And whatever the case may be, that's the case.
Yeah.
But to me, that wasn't that. And maybe I'm not willing to argue on that joint, so I'm a nut sucker, whatever. And it's just like I'm just gonna take that cake. I'm on lame time.
Right.
I'm on nut. You know what I'm saying?
But what do you feel like what changed, man? Because like speaking to you, and it's like understanding where you come from and how you went through it versus what's going on now, man. What changed? What's missing? What's the miscommunication?
I think that people could live on the phone and not live in real life.
Damn, hold up, say that one more time.
Yeah, I think that people can live on the phone and not live in real life.
Damn.
And as long as I could live, I could be a facade of it's like the jail. One thing about the jail, they say in jail you could be whoever you want to be.
Facts.
You could come in that joint, say you're like, yeah, I had a Bentley, flying Bentley. Oh yeah, let me see that joint. Oh yeah, my pictures got stolen. Yeah. Whatever the case may be. And if I wanted to right now, I could go to a garage somewhere and see some Benzes or whatever, hop in front of the joint, take the picture.
Yeah.
And go next week, do the same thing. And next thing you know, I got a Benz.
Yeah.
I can operate and talk to people like I got a 2027 Benz Maybach.
That facade.
You feel what I'm saying? I could do that.
Yeah.
And people get so caught up in living in the phone that they living in the phone.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? And that's what I think changed.
Yeah.
I think
these phones.
Them phones. I really feel like that app, man, like it's supposed to be dangerous. They put trillions of dollars for it to get dangerous.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I think that's the difference between with me, like the era that I grew up in, it's like, yo, you had to see that wheel come across. Like you had to see that wheel park on your block.
Facts.
You had to see somebody hop out with them butters, scuff them and grab a new pair. You had to see him pay a bankroll. You had to see their mind move. You had to see it.
Like they didn't have to bring it to you by like how when we post a pic, like that's us bringing it to you. Like back then you had to see it. You had to be out there. Okay.
And the ones who had the bread didn't even show it.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. Now it's like, yo, everything like now it's like, yo, I bought this. Look.
Yeah.
Back then was like, I ain't even buying that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's not even a thought. It's like
you quoted Jay-Z too, right? And I'm gonna quote Jay-Z too. One of my favorite joints. He said something like he was like, I don't wear skinny jeans because my knots don't fit. Like basically saying like I ain't gonna have that thing. Like I ain't gonna have that on me like that because like you feel me? That ain't what I mean?
Y'all put money in your ear. We don't call that money over here. You feel what I'm saying?
Like that's like, a joint too.
Yeah, bro. It's just like yo. If you gonna show anything, show an effort, show work.
Right.
Show like, look, youngin, this how you pull yourself up. You wake up in the morning, you stay committed, you stay grinding.
Facts.
Because what are you doing for somebody? Don't call like to me. It's people just. I don't know. That's I'm a little frustrated with the app when it come to that because I think it mislead people.
Mm-hmm.
And it's cool if that's what people want to do. It's just not what I want to do.
Facts.
And if that's what's thorough to do, then I'm the opposite of thorough.
Mm-hmm.
I'm comfortable with that.
Facts.
You feel me?
Yeah, man. Definitely, we appreciate that. Have you ever taken therapy? Like, have you ever took therapy to get you to this point of realization and to, accept the things that's going on?
Yeah, for sure. I took therapy when I came home. I also took coaching, like life coaching and all that.
You learned the skills.
Yeah, like I did the work, bro.
Yeah.
Like I did the work, honestly. Yeah. I know what an emotional need is because I know what mine was.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? I know what triggers is because I know what my triggers is.
How important was that to learn that, though? Because I learned it, too, and I feel like that's important, too. And I feel like, that's something that's really lacking in our communities. Like, maybe if that was something that was implied into a class, like every day in schooling, for us to learn those techniques that we learn from anger management, the social awareness, stuff like that. Like, we learned those in maybe high school or middle school as men. I feel like,
Yeah, and that's the thing of how social media gets you because they attack you. They know this. Mm-hmm. Social media, like, these is like brilliance to put this stuff together.
Yeah.
So they know how to, that's why your algorithms look the way they look. Mm-hmm. You understand what I'm saying? My algorithm is not going to look like my son's algorithm.
No, not at all.
You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I know my algorithm to look the way it look. And everything, that doesn't make my journals like super duper positive.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I might have something on the joint, be like, dang, shorty, whatever the case may be. But it's like, because they know the weak points they know your weak points of your emotional needs and all that, they're going to give it to you. And I feel like, as far as the curricula or whatever the case may be, it's very, very important to learn yourself. Mm-hmm. If you don't know who you are, then, you know what I mean? You don't know who you are, then you don't know how to treat yourself.
Facts.
You don't know how to treat yourself, you don't know how to treat the next person.
Facts.
You know what I mean? And one thing that is important to me is the learning of that everything I have in me, you have in you.
Facts.
You know what I mean? Every neuroscience, nerve, whatever the case may be, twitch of your fingers, itch on your hand. Yeah. We got the same makeup of our bodies and our emotions and everything else. We just uniquely different from our DNA thread. You know what I mean? But if I can feel anger, you can feel anger. Mm-hmm. I can make you upset, you can make me upset. We got it. So it's about like, because I treat myself well, I'm going to treat you well. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? But if I don't know that, some people operate like they're the only human being in the world.
For real.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
So, look, man, let us know, some things that you got coming up, some things that you're working on now. We in a brand new year, 2026. It's only February, so we're only in the second month. We do got Ramadan coming around as well. So, just let the viewers and the listeners know, like, some things that you got coming up.
Yeah, well, with me right now, it's like, it's work, study, and fatherhood, right? Mm-hmm. I'm currently in CVI LA, which is a Community Violence Interruption Leadership Academy in the University of Chicago. Mm-hmm. So I fly out Chicago once a month for 5 days of peace. I leave Monday, then I go to LA next week, then DC, then Chicago. Personal development again. I've been at Yale University. Yeah. Personal development. All these type of things with Reform Alliance. But for me, like, it's just owning my role. Like, I got promoted. I'm the Deputy Chief of Staff. Yeah. For Councilmember Cindy Bass. So it's about like professionalizing me in this role, like being the best Deputy Chief of Staff that I could possibly be. Yeah. You know what I mean? So I just say that to say that any level of life that we get on, like, I'm on the mindset of like on that level. Facts. Like, it's like going from college basketball to the NBA and being a rookie. Be the best rookie you could be. Yeah. Be the best basketball player you could be. Be the best professional you could be. Be the best father you could be. Be the best husband you could be. Yeah. And it might not be a great one. It might not be this is the best husband in the world. Yeah. But just be the best one you could be. Right. You know what I'm saying? And understand, like, that's the goal. Yeah. You know what I mean? The goal ain't like, man, I'm just gonna be a piece of shit nigga. Fuck these niggas, fuck these bitches, whatever the case may be. It's still like, damn, yo, I'm just gonna try to be a good dude. I'm gonna try to be this, that, and the third.
Something I always be having to tell my mom when she be like upset at herself. I be like, Mom, you did the best you could. I did what I did. Yeah. You wasn't out there with me. Now, if you was out there with me, that's a problem.
Pass me the gas.
If you told me, but I'm running and I'm hiding from you, whopping, you over here, you did the best you could. You get what I'm saying? So that's definitely, you know, a part of that. Like, we out here to do the best we can.
Yeah.
You know? Facts.
And that might take work.
Yeah.
Like, so I got this little John B. Banger. It's Einstein. He said, the problem that you created cannot be solved with the same level of thinking that the problem was created with, right? Meaning that, say for instance, we keep bumping our head. I keep bumping my head. I keep walking to this wall, bumping my head, bumping my head. That's a problem. I had to think to a higher level to not keep bumping my head.
Yeah.
So regardless on what that problem is, like, we have to raise our level of thinking to correct that problem.
Yeah.
Right? So even like if it's work or whatever the case may be, if I can't get a job, like, damn, why I can't get a job? Because I'm going at trying to get this job the same way I always do. I'm not doing nothing different.
Facts.
You feel what I'm saying? I didn't get this job. I went there. I didn't get a haircut. I smelled like weed.
Yeah.
Cool. They ain't give me the job. I didn't get this job. I didn't get a haircut. I went to the interview. I smelled like weed. I ain't get the job. Now is they won't hire me.
Right.
More so than saying, damn, yo, why am I not getting this job?
Right.
I go to this job. I get my hair cut, put on a shirt and tie. Boom, wash my hands, smell like cologne. Boom, talk like man as I get the job. Like, you can't keep doing the same thing and expecting something different.
Facts.
You know what I mean? So that's life. That's life for me. Every level that I'm on, I'm just trying to learn how to be better at that level.
Facts.
You know what I mean?
Man, so let the people and the viewers and the listeners, man, know where they can find you at, how we can contact you, whatever the case may be. Yeah.
So I'm my Instagram is Kenneth Kenneth Thompson THOMPSON _ on Instagram. Pretty much that's the link. You know what I mean? Then, like I said, I'm big on like helping people know too, like how city government work for them. Like that's my thing. That's my role in life at this moment. It's pretty much working for city government to show people like, yo, you got like a lot of power out here working on your behalf. And you could pretty much dictate that power to work for you any type of way that you see it working for you, right? Because that's your like right in life.
Yeah.
You live in the city of Philadelphia, one way or the other, like all these politicians or whatever, they work for you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The people that work for them, such as myself, work for you as well.
A lot of us don't know that either.
Yeah, they don't know that. You know what I mean? That's my role to let people know. Because I ain't know either. Ain't like I was like, yo, we gotta. No, I didn't know until I started working in this space and start understanding that a lot of people utilize these spaces that we don't utilize, and we got the same right to utilize it. You know what I mean? People call when they trash ain't get picked up.
Yeah.
People call when they snow ain't get moved. People call when they heat not working.
And it's not just an older thing. I want us to step into it and start taking taking responsibility back for our own neighborhoods. You get what I'm saying? I'm talking about the people that's 20 and 30s and stuff like that. It's like, don't just leave it up to the older generation. You get what I'm saying? Like, it's able for us to, take back and have that responsibility, because we don't know that it's a number that we can call for the trash and the snow and stuff like that. It's like, it's a lot of stuff that we don't know, but only because, back to your point, we caught up in the phone.
Yeah,
we caught up on the social media. We caught up in the algorithm.
Yeah.
We caught up in the algorithm.
Yeah, we caught up in this algorithm. They ain't gonna tell you nothing.
They don't tell us
nothing. On my way
nothing.
up here to see you, I get a call from a young lady. She's civically engaged. Yo, Ken, what's up? The wire's hanging on the back of the crib. The Pico, the wire's hanging down. All right, cool. All right, boom. Make the call in the Pico. Like, that's my role. Like, people work for you. If you can't get with Pico, you can't get with PGW. You can't get with the water department. You can't get with sanitation.
That's my job. That's your job to call.
Yeah, and then when city government call, it's a little deeper than when you call. Yeah. City government cut their checks. Yeah. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah. Everything. It's the game. It's the same thing. Somebody giving somebody work.
Yeah.
So it's like if I was giving you work and you was giving him work, and you giving him bad work, and he know that you getting the work from me, and I got good work, he might be like, yo, he keep giving me this bad work.
Right, what's up with him?
Yeah, it's the same thing. Like, all these services work for the government.
Facts.
Well, not work. They work for you, but they get their checks cut by the government.
They get their checks from the government,
and the government get their checks from you.
Exactly.
So you pay taxes.
Facts.
So everything go down. Everybody works for you, no matter if you living in the projects, no matter if you living in a home, no matter if you living in a man, whatever if you a resident of the city of Philadelphia, like our rule is in life is to satisfy you as a customer, as a constituent.
Facts. Man, we appreciate that, man. Yeah. But before we go today, man, leave us with some gems, a positive message, a quote, or something. Just leave us with it.
Yeah, I would say if I'm gonna leave anybody with anything, man, I'm just gonna believe. Like, I don't know whatever somebody got out of this joint, but understand, like, sometimes when I look at myself, like, it's like, like, how did I get here? Come with doubt, but I had to fight through that doubt, right? And I say that to say that whatever situation that you in at this moment, and whatever situation that you looking to get to, that vision is coming because God is putting that vision in your head for you to thrive to get there. Like, I came home from prison less than 4 years ago as a person who was only known in the streets as being in the streets. You feel what I'm saying? I wasn't known for my intellect. I wasn't known for my governmental services. I wasn't known for doing nothing positive or nothing. I was known for what I did in the streets. And now, hopefully, I'm known for doing the complete opposite. So I'm just saying that to say that anything that you thinking you can be, you can be. You just got to put the work in to become it. And that's it.
Thanks. Man, I appreciate you for coming up on the podcast, man. I really appreciate you sharing your message, giving us these gems. And I hope everybody, man, y'all tune in, y'all like, comment, subscribe. And I hope that everybody took something from this. You feel me? I hope y'all learned something. And anybody that's still in that transition of trying to come up out of the streets, man, we two examples right here that it's possible. It's very much possible. I'm still young and doing it. Brother just came home and he's doing it. Nothing is stopping him. There's literally no excuses. He had no excuses up here. He said he kept working. He put hard work in. He put his foot on the gas. And the first thing I'm hearing out of all of this is you believed in yourself.
Yeah, to the point where you got to fight to believe in yourself, right?
Facts.
Not you believe in yourself, but I know I made a shake before. If I can make it shake on that little block, I can make it shake in any space that I get into.
But you gotta believe that.
Yeah, I know it because I seen it. I made it shake.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying?
Facts.
I know I can make it. I believe that. I believe that I can make it shake in any space that I get into. Right?
Facts.
If I was in the sports space and it was about agents and all that, I'm gonna learn how to be a good agent.
Facts.
I'm gonna make it shake. I'm gonna get good talent, whatever. But it's just because. I'm just saying that to say we all got talent. We all got skills. We have to learn how to make those talents and skills transferable.
Facts, man. Y'all know what's going on, man. Street Therapy 215. It's TJ, man. This gonna be a crazy episode,
all alone,
man.
you let me help myself. Michael Phelps, swimming in the deep end. This song makes sense. Started singing like the